Hi, it's Suzanne and Manfred at the Crazy 8 Barn. We thought we'd take a minute today, or more than a few minutes actually, and do a walk-through tour of the Crazy 8 Barn and to show you what's truly magnificent about this building, because we think you probably don't know. So I'm going to do part of it now, and then Manfred's going to pop in and do some sections as we walk through. So first of all, I just want to tell you about the history of the barn. There it is behind me. It's a busy traffic day today. There you can see the barn. So we like to say it's, excuse me, and I've got notes so we don't forget everything about it because it's pretty amazing. It's really what we call a barn within a barn, because we took this building down in 2003 from its original home in West Lorne, and then kept it in a transport trailer, the timber frame, for several years, and then found this property here in Palmyra, which was the old general store lot. And then we put up the timber frame here, and then there's a whole 2x6 stud frame construction on the outside. It's hard to do this backwards, guys, you know me. That is fully insulated up on the roof and down through the walls. So I'm going to, can I walk backwards? This is not a good idea. I'm going to stop and turn around. My favorite, brown-eyed Susans. They're beautiful gardens here. So the things that I wanted to talk to you about the exterior of the barn is the barn board itself is board and batten, and we actually painted it 2 coats of stain on both sides so that it would avoid cupping and drying improperly. So it's really well done on the painting level. And then the cupola at the top is also 8-sided, and it's got the windows in it for sort of the traditional ventilation. We do still open them occasionally, but really for aesthetic purposes, but it does do that original venting through the building. I'm also going to mention the deck at this time just off the front. We have a deck that comes out the front doors. This is where traditionally there would be a barn ramp, which could always be still installed. And then we have 5-sided deck around the whole building, and what I like to call our rubble stone walls, which give interest at the bottom of our doors. We also have beautiful historic glass doors that go into the barn, up top and bottom. We wanted to create something that looked like, even though it's not original to a barn, still looked great. We're going to step inside. There's Manfred, and he's going to talk to you next about, I guess, our concrete floors and our heating system and our beam floor structures. So take it away, Manfred.
Okay. The barn is sitting on a cement wall foundation. The beams sit right on the corners here. They're 5-sided beams that Sue will be showing you there. The concrete floor is heated from underneath. It's geothermal heating and cooling. It's all piped underneath it, so that's how we heat the building here from downstairs. The framework is all original barn beams from the barn, and also reclaimed beams to bring this all back to life the way you see it. The floor hangs sits on top of everything with these hangers that hold up the beams that go across.
Did you want to tell us about the ceiling?
And the ceiling is pine board. What was on that? So it was whitewashed or something?
Yeah, just a nice light whitewash.
Clear whitewash. Yes. So that's pretty much the construction of the barn down here. We have whitewashed pine boards on the walls also down here.
Yes, remember we chose the horizontal walls down here because when we went in to take down the original building, we discovered that the interior walls in the basement or in the first level that housed the animals, there was inside horizontal boards and then outside the horizontal boards. So I think it was actually sort of a natural insulating value as a way to protect the animals. I'm going to zip over here. One thing that we really love, which was a bit of a surprise, you'll notice on the flooring here, when we came back, the concrete guys had cut the expansion joints into the shape of an octagon. So we like to say, don't say concrete guys aren't creative, because they are. So these are also the walls for the washrooms and our utility and back entranceway. And they are original granary boards that Manfred and I took out of a barn just in Elgin County. But one of the things, there's huge depth to some of these boards. I don't know if you can see this one. It starts here. It must almost be 16 inches. So they are like super hard. But they are also originally cut on this 45-degree angle. And they were installed as a way to replicate an actual granary in an old barn. My son went to put it on, and he went actually out to an old barn. So in this fact, the grain would be dumped inside of this building, and they were angle cut so that the grain didn't spill out. Did you want to talk about the sinks in the men's washroom?
Sure.
Open one of our original barn wood doors that we had made. Oh, can you see it there? I'm going to give it some light just so we don't have the fan going. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. The sinks are hand poured here at the barn. Sue's son Aaron made the forms, and the concrete was poured into the forms upside down, and then created this beautiful concrete sink that fits right in the barn. The cabinet is made from pieces that were left over and doors that came out of a house. The panels were cut out to make the design of that.
Even though it's historic, some things are always like IKEA. There's pieces left over. And this, in case you've never been in the men's washroom, there's a little secret panel here.
I'll get it.
You get it? And you can tell us about that little secret panel in the men's washroom.
That was put in for the plumbing, so that if someday somebody wanted to live in here, you could put a tub or a shower, and there's a drain that is right there. You just bang out the concrete and it shows right up.
There you go. We were thinking ahead all the time that we were building this. Do you want to just talk a little bit about the geothermal system in here, Manfred?
So this is the utility room. This is our geothermal heat pump system right here. This is the unit that takes the heat out of the ground and turns it into storable heat, which is stored in this 80-gallon storage tank right here. And when the barn calls for heat, the thermostat turns on the pumps that are back in the corner here, and the piping is down here. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yes, I can.
And it distributes it out into the floor system.
So this is a super green building. Just before that came up, because of all of the things that we've reclaimed, and that is our I guess our fuel that we run the barn on is all through that. I just want to check my notes before we go downstairs. Upstairs, sorry, downstairs, upstairs. There used to be a show about that, upstairs, downstairs. Yeah, we want to talk about the staircase now. So I am going to switch this around. Many of you who have been here before know that this is one of the, actually the beautiful, well, there's so many beautiful things about the barn, but the staircase is a curved staircase, as you can see here. It's mainly ash, and it was custom built for this property, because we picked out a bit of the design for these beams out of to replicate the floor system upstairs. Was it Indiana or Illinois? Indiana, Illinois. I always get those I-states mixed up. We saw a barn up there that would allow us to do the floor system. So then we tried to do a curved staircase, and we think we got it just right. I want to see if I can get this shot. Somebody did a shot the other day. That's looking up the staircase to the cupola. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Okay. I'm just going to take you upstairs, and then Manfred's going to talk to you. So hopefully this won't give you vertigo. We're just going around. And Manfred's going to talk to you a little bit about the timber frame and the roof structure and the barn board. Take it away, Manfred.
The timber frame is the original, what you see here is the original 1896 barn that we put up. And then the walls are 2x6 constructed frameworks that have the barn board fastened to them, and then they were all put up on from the outside. The roof is pretty much all original, and then above what you can't see here is a 2x8 framework that is insulated with spray foam insulation and steel on top of that. So it created the cavity for insulation and wiring for electricity and everything like that. Am I forgetting anything?
No, I think that's great. We weren't able to use the original barn board. There we go. We weren't able to reuse the original barn board in here. It was just basically paper thin and not reusable by the time we got it off the original building. So we took down about 4 different barns, I think, to get enough barn board off of them. Little implement sheds everywhere. Like if you had a barn and you wanted it down, we were your people. I am going to talk to you a little bit about the kitchen, and then Manfred's going to tie it up with the flooring in the end. We love these our kitchen cupboards here. They are made with leftover reusable barn board, so it matches the outside, as well as doors that were reclaimed from a building that was being taken down just down the road. So these are the original panel doors. I think they were all hand carved for closets and everything, because they were all different sizes for each door. And then you can see how there were the 6-panel, and these are parts of 6-panel and 4-panel doors there with the barn board. And then this is 2-inch pine that we used on the countertops, put together to make a really nice countertops there. And we actually got it from pine from Fingal area, really. The pine wasn't from there, but the folks there have a sawmill up north, and they have pine at Fingal. So that's how that all got here. Do you want to talk about the floor, Manfred?
Sure. The floor is all mostly ash, a little bit of maple, tongue and groove, different sized, and it's random placed in here. It's all done in these pie shapes, and some of the boards are straight cut with a bandsaw. Others you can see have got the curve in them. This one here, for example, has the curve in it from a circular saw, and you'll see that all through the floor system that is in here.
Super. We're just going to walk out the back. I hope you've enjoyed our little tour of what makes the Crazy 8 barn special. Oh yes, sorry, I'm not done. He's sending me into the kitchen. Isn't that typical? No, and I don't want to go. Oops, Crazy 8 barn. Yes. Anyway, some of the things that we have done in the Crazy 8 barn that makes us totally crazy is when we were doing it, because we were a commercial, or still are a commercial kitchen, we put masonite boards over top of barn boards, so that can always be taken off, and it is full of barn board. It's barn board walls underneath of that, and also the same is under. There's the linoleum, vinyl flooring. I guess linoleum is really dating me. Flooring through here, but it is all hardwood floors to match the other floors underneath. We're always asked this. These beams are 2 of them, 38 feet, 6 inches straight. So there's 2 of them match in the barn here. So can you imagine the size of the trees that were required to get that length of a straight beam? So we're going to go out the back door.
Back here, I'll finish the geothermal.
Oh, sorry. He's got something else to say. There's always more to say about the Crazy 8 barn. It's just a truly magnificent building. Okay. Manfred, just a second. Take it away.
All right. Just to finish up the heating and cooling system, this is the other half. It's upstairs. This is an auxiliary heater and air conditioner that works with the geothermal system.
Yes, so actually he's a pretty smart guy. He has figured out how to set the flooring downstairs so that it actually becomes a cooling unit through the what do you call that? The flooring. The in-floor heating system. Sorry, I'm not the flooring person. So we actually have discovered a way of how to cool that, so it makes it very cool downstairs, and that comes upstairs. And this is a separate unit that you can use to just to make it super comfortable. Anyway, let's take a step out on the deck. See, is he coming? There he is. Oops. These back doors go out. Once again, we found those. I want to just stop and show this because this is where you can really see the width of the walls is on the door frame panel here. So you can see that they're 2x6 walls that are all spray foam insulated. Out we go. And there we are on our beautiful second story deck, as we like to call it, overlooking the gardens and the farm field behind. So thank you so much for joining us on our tour of the Crazy 8 barn and a little bit of garden. See you soon. It's just let me get, can I do this? Yes. Susanne and Manfred at the Crazy 8 barn. Bye now.